of the International 3D Society. He's the Senior Vice President of the Sony 3D Technology Center, Mr. Buzz Hayes. Buzz?
Hello, welcome. Let's see. Maybe I'll sit in the middle so I can field the hard-hitting questions both ways. Welcome. So what do you think of that little ditty? Pretty cool, huh? I can't wait to see it like 6 or 7 times, to be honest with you. We were just talking in the hallway about how it's a classic telling of a tale, which doesn't feel like it's ever going to be dated. So this is something we can watch for years and years, so I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, I'm going to shut up here. We're here to talk about 2 of the creators of this amazing film. First, we have producer Bonnie Arnold. And writer-director Dean DeBlois. So now I believe there are microphones at the end of the aisles there, so if anybody has any questions, if you want to make your way up there, I can always fire a few questions off in the meantime. But if you have a question, feel free to make your way to the microphone. Just want to talk very quickly about the process of this kind of picture and what the gestation period of something like this is. So maybe you can chime in on how this all started.
Well, it started, I believe, that, let's see, well, 6 years ago, approximately, DreamWorks optioned this book, How to Train Your Dragon, from Cressida Cowell, who is a British author, and she did a series of books kind of based on her childhood, actually. Her childhood fantasy of her, she actually did this when she was a kid, was go to this remote island off the coast of Scotland, right, Dean, or something?
Yeah,
off the coast of Scotland. Yeah. With her dad, who was a little bit of stoic, had a little bit of stoic in him. Anyway, she wrote this great series of books, and DreamWorks optioned them. And I actually came on the picture about 4 years ago, off of another picture that I produced for DreamWorks called Over the Hedge. And so they take a while. So I think we first started with really trying to do a screenplay and a version of the movie that was really based exactly on the book. But I think we quickly realized that wasn't, the book is fantastic and has all these amazing things in it, but it was a kind of a small personal story. And Jeffrey Katzenberg, who runs DreamWorks, was trying to sort of have a bigger, something that was a little bit more, appeal to a sort of a broader audience. And Dean DeBlois, who's here with us tonight, one of our directors, and a partner, his partner that he's worked with before on Lilo and Stitch, Chris Sanders, came on the movie, and he can tell you a little bit more of where it went from there. But that was sort of the beginnings of how it kind of came to be.
That's great. And now, when you got involved, was there any semblance of a script or an outline or anything yet?
The film had about 8 sequences of the film in production. However, I think they just reached a point where Jeffrey Katzenberg had said, "Okay, we're a year and 6 months out from release, and the story's not quite working yet." And so they just made a fairly heavy change in swapping out the writers and the directors at the time with Chris Sanders and myself. And when we came in, it was almost with carte blanche to depart from the plot of the story as per the book, and just to bring it a level of fantasy adventure that wasn't there. So delivering on that promise of the premise of Vikings and multiple breeds of dragons and larger-than-life settings, all of that to Jeffrey meant big, sweeping action adventure, and that just wasn't really coming through in the material. The material was a little bit young, charming as it is, just a little bit young. So we kept the name and we kept the great work that had been done. There was a lot of excellent character design and